I lost my dad to depression. Unfortunately, he passed away. He committed suicide because of how depressed he was. We live in a society where depression is more prevalent than ever. We have everything we could have ever wanted. Our lives are the most comfortable it could ever be, yet we're the most depressed that we could ever be. How is this even possible? How is this the norm? It's not normal to be depressed. But quite honestly, the Western world is set up in a place that is prone to making humans depressed and putting them in a low vibrational state of wanting more, desiring more, being afraid, especially being afraid of the leaders right now, afraid of our future, afraid of not getting to our highest potential, and then desiring more constantly at a constant race of getting more and more and more. But all it's doing is getting us depressed. I was diagnosed with depression last year when I was supposed to be at the peak of my life. I know it's a really sensitive topic, and it's something I really want to bring awareness on. And I want to give people the tools that helped me. When I stepped off from antidepressants, I took everything in my power to make sure that I will be absolutely fine coming out of this. Depression is not a quick fix. Depression cannot be healed with antidepressants. It's a plaster to the wound that doesn't actually heal it. It's a tool that helps you to feel better, but you should still work on your mental health even if you decide to stay on antidepressants. It was not easy, but I knew that I had been in a very deep and dark place before. And what I didn't want to do is to resort to antidepressants every single time that something bad happens in my life. And this is not something I am preaching for. I'm telling you about my experience, opening up about depression and all these difficult mental health issues that are so common, especially when we are so comfortable and everything is given to us as humans. We keep desiring more. We keep desiring so much more constantly, but we never really stop and actually take in what we have. I was possibly at the best I had ever been in my life. I had gotten my dream job, was traveling me around the world, and it moved me to Dubai, and I was just so happy. It was the place I wanted to be. I loved it. But I was living in fear that it will be taken away from me. I was actually taking that happiness away from myself. But it was also so much self-inflicted. I didn't allow myself to get rid of the negative emotions I was feeling. Now it's been 3 months in that I haven't used antidepressants, and I can say that I'm in complete control of my mental health. I kept a diary and an entire routine every single day that I was following to make sure I am on top of my mental health. These small little practices that I went through was insanely instrumental to actually helping to get my mental health to where it is now. Here's the exact daily routine that I was following for my mental health. Every single morning, I start with a meditation from Joe Dispenza, which is called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. It's an incredible meditation that breaks you out of the loop of how your mind is processing things, and it puts you in such a positive state of mind that it's life-changing. It's an amazing meditation, and I would do it every single morning. I still did it this morning. Almost 4 months in, I still do the meditation. I listen to affirmations when I do my makeup. I'll go to sleep listening to healing frequencies. And this might sound silly to some of you, but I journal. I journal my thoughts. I journal my affirmations. I use these two journals. I use the gratitude journal, and I use my regular journal where I just put down my thoughts, my feelings, and how I am doing at this very moment of time. And one thing that is incredibly important when you're journaling is journal the right way. Of course, you can just put down random thoughts and how you're feeling on that day, and that is also very much necessary. But I have 7 sentences that I would always write, starting with I am. Positive things of what I am. I am smart, I am capable, I am loving, I am kind, generous, I am beautiful. All these things I write, and I would read them out loud to myself as well. Second, I write I feel energized to start the day, or I feel like I have no energy to start the day, but I will do it anyways. I feel love towards my family. I feel love towards myself. Whatever you feel, that's what you write. I do great things. I do great work that helps people. All these things, important, super important to write. And remind yourself, what do you do that is good for the world? I love my friends. I love my family. I love life. I love myself. Spread love, spread positive energy. and put that down and read it out loud. Then I write, I will be successful. I will achieve this. Not wish, but will. You will do them. You will do them when you put your mind to it. Also write, I see. I see how my mental health is improving. I see how my work is powerful. I see how my relationships are growing. I see how I foster my love and my relationships with my friends. All these things you write on, also tangible things. I see how beautiful my home is, or I see how ugly my home is. I want to change that. All these little self-awareness sentences that you would write. I see today's sunny and it's beautiful and I'm gonna go out and enjoy that. And the last one is I understand. Acceptance. I understand I am in the mind space that I am now. And I understand my journey might be a bit more rocky than someone else's, but I understand that it's for the greater good. This is actually based on the chakras, the 7 chakras that we have, and it's insanely powerful to also say these things. These are also affirmations, so writing down your affirmations, reading the affirmations out loud is insanely powerful. And you might feel even weird when you're doing them at first, but I promise you, when you are done with these little morning habits, and you do them every single day, you will see that your mental state is so much better, which then puts you up for success and a positive start to the day, no matter what happens in the day. The mornings are so powerful, and you should absolutely utilize how fresh your mind is in the very morning. So I would do these affirmations on my journal, and I would do the gratitude journal and my meditation every single day. Most likely in the morning. Sometimes I would do the gratitude journal in the evening, and I would also go to sleep to healing frequencies. I've never had such good sleep in my life. This might sound silly to some of you, but it works. Another thing that I do in the evenings is breath work. I will link down below the breath exercise that I do. It's incredible how it works on your nervous system. So whenever I'm anxious at work, I also make sure that I take a breath and I calm my nervous system down. Because we can't control what emotions arise to us. What we can't control is how much we let them affect us. And it's something that's really, really important to remember. And it's insanely important to use these tools that people who are professionals have developed. There's so many people who have studied this for their lifetimes. I also would do an evening meditation, just 5 to 10 minutes of meditation just before you go to sleep, and go to sleep to healing frequencies. It was insanely powerful to cleanse your mind in the evening, because otherwise you're going to keep thinking about one thing or another, or something negative that's on your mind, and then you're going to have bad sleep and you're going to wake up groggy as well. It's insanely powerful to sleep well and to feel well when you wake up in the morning. So these evening and morning routines are insanely important. Second thing that I was doing, I was sticking to a very, very healthy diet. And I have a degree in pharmaceutical science, and I'm a huge nerd when it comes to medicine. And something that we've learned not so long ago is that food is medicine. Eating well is incredibly important, because do you know where serotonin is produced? It's produced in your gut. So if you are eating processed foods, sugars, oils, all of this stuff that is not good for you, you're not only going to see it and feel it in your body, you're going to feel it in your brain, your mind. You will not have a good serotonin production. There's so many studies that people that eat healthy, whole foods and eliminate processed foods and sugars are less prone to mental health issues. Be healed by eating the right foods, by eating clean, natural produce that are good for your health. Not only in your body you will look and feel better, but your mind will be so much clearer. Still, I'm quite strict. I don't drink alcohol, and that's something that has changed how I feel so much. Secondly, don't have excessive sugars. I have a super big sweet tooth. I could eat a whole package of chocolates at a sitting, but I limit myself to it. Maybe I have one piece of dark chocolate after dinner, and that's completely fine. I really, really limit that. Processed foods is a complete no-go. Nothing processed, nothing with oils or preservatives in them. I do not even touch. I love healthy food. I grew up on completely healthy food. I grew up in the countryside. There was no availability of processed foods, so I love healthy food. And moving your body. It's important. Find the right exercise that works for you. For me, I love the combination of high intensity exercise and low intensity. So I do love running. For me, running is therapeutic. I would go running twice a week, do Pilates once or twice a week, either from home or from the studio, and weight lift once a week. It's something that works really well for my body. Find exercise that makes you happy, that fulfills you, whether those are long walks, short runs, weightlifting, Pilates, yoga, anything that works for you will help your mental health. What helped me immensely was telling my friends and family that I'm going through this and sharing with them, being open about it and saying, you know what, I'm going to go off of them and I'm going to be on this journey of improving my mental health. And the feeling of sharing that with people is insanely powerful. You need to tell that to someone. You need to tell your best friends, your closest family. And I guarantee you that not only you will feel better, you will feel like people are a part of your journey, and it will foster good relationships and it will foster the discussion of mental health. If there's one thing I want to change in the world, how people view their mental health. And it absolutely breaks my heart to see how many people suffer in loneliness, how many people suffer and are alone and don't talk to anyone. And unfortunately, it's especially men in our society, they don't talk to people. But it's also because mental health is not a topic in their lives. Us women, we talk about it so much, and men, they don't open up about it. And it's a concern that I'm really, really passionate for, and I really wish that more people spoke about it. So please open up about it. Tell it to someone that you're comfortable to talk to, whether that is your family. Tell it to someone that you're comfortable to talk to about it, whether that is a family member, maybe it's a therapist. And so find the right therapist, find the right help. And a third thing that I did that's insanely important is to build a support system and communicate about it. Because this is going to get you through it, and it's going to also raise awareness about how people are on those journeys and how important it is to follow each other through and to help each other in these kind of situations and to be there for each other. We need to be kinder. If there's anything in the world that we need to do right now at the state of this world, is to be kind to ourselves and to each other. Kindness doesn't cost anything. All that it costs is you giving some of your pure loving energy a little bit to someone and receiving some of it back. It's beautiful to exchange kindness and love and happiness and joy, and these things will only foster you feeling better, and surrounding yourself with the best people is probably one of the best medicines as well. I'm sure that there are plenty of other things that a lot of people do to make themselves feel better, but I find that daily routines and mental exercises are insanely important.